We are making a bootleg intro for this Mad Men Sports episode. I'm here with Jake. The 2020 Buffalo Bills schedule got released.
Woohoo!
And we are currently playing on the podcast, as you see in the video, Renegade by Styx. We are waving around towels. We are getting excited
Got a
for the
little
2020 season. Go Bills.
The Buffalo Bills are back for prime time games with a chance
Possibly
for five
Possibly
against the
five.
Denver Broncos. And in the event that does get flexed, that would make 4 prime time games for the Buffalo Bills in a row.
YouTube's going to give us a copyright strike for that one, and I don't even care. Worth it. So
let's
we
talk
got it
about
right here. We got it. It's out. We waited. This is like the last thing. Like, we're excited. We're probably overly excited. From Israel all the way to Buffalo, New York. People are talking about the
Tel
schedule.
Aviv, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. Listen, it's wild. Love the schedule. Might be the best schedule of my lifetime.
I mean, yeah, last time we've had 4 primetime games was in 1996.
Okay, so it's not the best schedule of my lifetime.
I was born in 96, so.
So it's the best schedule of some lifetimes. And you know what? It feels like more than a lifetime since we've had this kind of exposure. I mean, think about it. 2 playoffs back, 2 out of the last 3. I mean, we killed the ratings last year. Josh Allen, rookie quarterback, gunslinger, great defense, Stephon Diggs. What storyline do you want to pull from for all of these games? I mean,
You can't.
man, this is awesome. No Brady.
No Brady. What do you think about the Patriots having 5 primetime games?
I'm going to get vulgar with this one. I don't mean to. But a wise man once said, what you eat doesn't make me shit. I don't care about the Patriots.
So you're telling me it wouldn't be fantastic to watch the Patriots get smacked by a no-name with a no-name quarterback 5 times on primetime, the Bills being one of them?
Yeah, no, I love that. I just don't care if they have that many. I don't care that they have any at all. I care about us having 4 or 5.
That's crazy.
Which is what I love.
2. We have 2 home primetime games, which we're lucky to have a primetime game at home once every 4 years.
We're lucky to have a primetime game, period.
Exactly.
Some seasons. I mean, there's so much to eat here. I hope you guys brought a knife and fork to this podcast because we got some knifing into to do. We got some digestion.
Yeah, and
Bring a mint.
do you want to go through?
Let's do it. Week 1.
Go through the New
We're
York
home.
Jets.
We open it. This is exactly what you wanted.
Yes, I might need to reel back that. I do remember 2 years ago having a game early September, and it was hot. It was very hot.
I think it was the Jets.
I'm gonna have to. It was a very boring game.
It was either that or Denver. I can't remember.
No, it was
Denver. Might have been 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Too hot.
No, the Jets.
Too hot.
I don't know. I got to bring sunscreen.
Sun's at our back nowadays.
See,
We got to bring sunscreen. This is what's going to kill me this whole podcast, this whole month. Let me know if I'm going to be there or not. There's a Thursday game. I need to know if I need to take time off. Like,
yeah, I'm just gonna put my PTO in now.
I mean, yeah.
Why not?
But yeah, Jets. Home, week 1. That's what you're aiming for. You wanted this.
I know, and
You're not entertained? They were like listening. They were like, wow, Jake wants this. We're going to give it to him.
the NFL is really setting up the Bills to have some legitimate rivalries.
Tommy, I need
You know that Josh Allen and Sam Darnold are friends off the field, and then of course we have another primetime game against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hey, 1 week at a time here.
I'm excited,
Jets,
man.
Jets. I know. I'm gleaming. Gleaming.
Yes, it's the only time the New York Jets will step foot in New York this year. You playing Renegade again?
No.
You should.
Week 2, we go to Miami. Listen, you want to talk about a hot game in Orchard Park?
Yeah.
Week 2 in Miami is not any cooler.
And that is Tua's second game as a pro.
Maybe.
You think he's going to be hurt week 1?
Could be her week 1. Could be benched week 2. They could be. I mean, there's a lot to be unraveled. We'll talk to Frank the Tank about that throughout the offseason, I imagine.
Oh, for sure.
He'll be an optimist as usual. But what's not to love about the schedule? Dolphins, that's a 2-0 start for me.
That is definitely a 2-0 start for me as well.
Jets come here, get punched in the mouth. We go down to Miami, have a little fish fry, surf and turf.
And if you notice, which is interesting, they're really kind of pairing up these division games. You have the first 2 weeks division, and then you have the middle of the season with the Jets in New England paired, and at the end you have New England and Miami. It's interesting how they're paired together like that.
Very interesting. Very astute. I like that.
Thanks.
Mad Men Sports, the only place where you get astute Jake observations. I think. Who else did you talk to?
Nobody.
Listen, and then week 3, home, Rams. I'm no longer scared. This is not the team that was 3 years ago.
No.
Listen, that's a 3-0 start for me right there. 100%. It's home. They're coming west. Or they're coming east.
Both LA teams are coming to Buffalo this year as well.
Yeah, all that way, just to get smacked in the mouth.
That sucks.
Then we go to Vegas.
Do we go to Vegas?
I don't know if I'm even going to our own games. Let's just calm that down. Give me a month. We'll talk about that.
I want to go to Vegas.
I'll go back.
Yeah, how cool that would be.
I know Isaac wants to go. Listen, Vegas is a hot spot right now.
Come on, we have to go.
I think it's a win. I think that's a win.
It's definitely a win.
That's a 4-0 start.
Let's talk about it real quick. Carr, they're still running with Carr. Trash. Who did they pick up in the draft? Was it Henry Ruggs?
Yep.
So, I mean, they're still going to have problems in the offense. I mean, John Gruden, excuse me. There is a Jay Gruden, but not there.
He's unemployed for a reason.
He has really kind of screwed up that Raiders team, with their GM kind of being known as a really good drafter. It's weird that John Gruden's kind of sticking his muddy paws in there and kind of ruining things. I mean, when you get rid of Khalil Mack and get a whole bunch of draft picks and you muff on them, I'm 3-0.
There you go, 3-0. I love that. Hey, how about this one? We go to Tennessee. Do you know when the last time the Bills lost to the Tennessee Titans?
In Tennessee or just in general?
Just in general.
Oh, God. Probably like almost 10 years ago now, right? We've been smacking them lately.
The last time they lost was 2012. And it was by 1 point. It was, I believe, obviously a pretty close game.
Yeah.
I think it was a Fitzpatrick game. Last time they lost in Tennessee, man, we're going back to 2009.
I mean, yeah, we haven't smacked them.
And they got smacked. The Bills got smacked in that game. I mean, listen, Tennessee may be the taste of the town with the running back and their overhyped head coach.
Shitty Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah. But the bottom line is the Bills have always had Tannehill's number throughout his career. And then on top of it, we haven't lost to you guys in 8 years. We're not making this the exception.
No, not when we have 4 primetime games.
No. Get out of the way, Tennessee. 5-0.
5-0.
I'm crazy. Taking crazy pills. This is where we get
we have a Thursday night football game
yes.
against the defending Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. That is at 8:20 on Fox, NFL Network, and streaming on Amazon.
Probably
sponsor
YouTube,
the pod.
No. Anyways, but yeah, no. This is the game that everyone's been circled. I'm surprised it's a Thursday night game. I thought it would have got a little bit more pressure. This is like top dog. I'm surprised. Thursday games are known for Tennessee, Jacksonville, Jets, Dolphins.
Barn burners.
Just terrible throw them out games that people wouldn't even want to watch at the 1 o'clock slot on Sundays. No fantasy implications.
No, nothing.
I see your no fantasy implication game, and I raise you Bills, Chiefs. This will be one of those games that is either high scoring or it's neck and neck all the way through to a medium 28-26 game. Listen, this is a great defense going against the top offense of the league. This is two quarterbacks that like to sling it with a bunch of weapons. I mean, up and down the list. Watkins, Coleman, CEH, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. And then on the other side, Diggs,
John Brown, Cole Beasley, Dawson
Singletary,
Knox.
Moss, Croft, up and down the list, up and down, up and down. This is a fantasy matchup for the ages. This might be up there with that Patriots-Kansas City game that they talked about back, the Monday night game that went 100 and something points. I'm not going to say they score that many points because I think the Bills have a much better defense.
1,000%.
But this is a game that I am so blessed that hopefully I'll be at because that's one of those games you'll remember where you're at 100%.
You know what's crazy? We're playing both the Super Bowl contenders on primetime. These primetime games have very weird caveats with them. I mean, these are big games.
Prove it. Prove it to us.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Last year, they gave the Bills a little taste. The fans and the teams did not disappoint.
No.
You smack the Cowboys and give 27-year record ratings to the network. And then you go to Pittsburgh. You go to Pittsburgh.
Murder them.
You clinch your playoff spot in Pittsburgh on primetime, Sunday Night Football. I mean, they delivered when it was like, hey, you show up here, you get it. They got it. This is what you asked for. This is what you receive. That's what happens when you show up. Then you go back down to earth. Jets in New Jersey. I hate those
Meadowlands.
games. Hate those games. I hate playing in New Jersey. The fans aren't into it ever.
No.
Fireman Ed is like retired.
I mean, it's a home game for us, basically.
Yeah, I mean it's a 50-50 split, and then half those 50 for the Jets are
Passed
don't care
out.
about
Exactly.
don't care about the game. I'll give you this. I think out of this whole schedule, the team I hate the most is probably the Jets. I carry that
Wow.
axe because they dog us from week one, and they threw that thing up on just Jets media threw the thing up on Twitter today saying how Sam Darnold is undefeated in Buffalo. Correct. Congrats.
Can we talk about that game?
I mean,
Isaiah-
week 17, Isaiah McKenzie playing corner.
Yeah.
Scored 1 touchdown. Dude, get out of my face with that.
Trash.
Out of my face, Jets.
Never mind.
I'm just saying. And then we go to New England. And then New England comes here, November 1st. This is where it starts to get a little cooler.
It's a late start to first see New England. November. Usually see them in the first 2 months.
Yeah, usually you want to get New England in early because they're usually still putting the pieces together. They always have those slower starts. Obviously not last year.
They're missing
but
a lot of pieces though.
Yeah,
so we'll be
this
fine.
time they're just missing roster pieces. It's not so much one piece in particular. It is they're missing an offense besides a running back, which, all right, just load the box against
You
the
have
running backs.
6 of them.
Exactly. Then Seattle comes here. We got a back-to-back home game stretch here. I like this game a lot. I think it's going to be a very fun game. I don't think the Bills are going to be out of any of the games. And I know people
No.
are hammering on them. Listen, they weren't out of any of the games last year until the end of the Eagles game, and that was it. This team's better than they were last year from day one. Seattle, I love that game. I'm not going to sit here and pick it. I'm just going to pick the first 5 games because I think those are gimmies. Not gimmies so much, but I think those are easy to predict because by week 6, you don't really know what you're looking at roster-wise.
Well,
But-
we can, knock on wood, kind of expect a healthy Bills team.
Of course, I don't see it as being much different than last year. Some things aren't flukes. I refuse to believe that being healthy is a fluke,
No.
just in case.
Just in case. Then we have the Arizona Cardinals. A lot of acquisitions, basically just a big one. DeAndre Hopkins teams up with Larry Fitzgerald. What do you think about that game? That game is interesting because if you would have asked me before they signed DeAndre Hopkins, I would have said easy win. We look at when Trey White goes against DeAndre Hopkins, kind of locks him down. So what do you think about the Arizona Cardinals game?
Yeah, the Bills have had one of the best pass defenses in the league since Sean McDermott's come in. And this is an Arizona team that likes to throw the ball 50, 60 times a game. I have to give the ticker to the Sean McDermotts here. Listen,
Yeah.
going into that Houston game, just DeAndre Hopkins talked a lot of smack about Trey White.
And what happened?
Exactly. I mean, his first catch was a fumble. I mean,
Yeah.
Trey White punched it right out of his hand. I gotta give the benefit of the doubt to Trey, no matter where DeAndre Hopkins is. That defense and secondary is gonna lock him down. So if you're asking me to give an advantage Bills.
Obviously, we
Of
got a lot of
course.
those.
Of course. Take a
Uh,
look around.
then we have the second LA team coming to Buffalo. A lot of, I guess there's only 2 that notably ex-Bills, Anthony Lynn, Tyrod Taylor. Do we think Tyrod Taylor is going to be starting at this point in the season next year?
Week 11, week 12, it looks like.
It's interesting because,
Probably not.
all right, so is the rookie going to start?
Yeah.
Okay, so if he sucks, then Tyrod's in.
Okay.
I would like to play against Tyrod.
I don't think it matters. I
Man.
don't think you could start Justin Herbert. You could start Tyrod Taylor. You could start Drew Lock. You could start, I don't care.
Are you calling a dub?
Yeah. I know a lot of people are scared of the Chargers. I'm less scared of the Chargers with not Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is why I was scared of the Chargers.
Yeah.
I am no longer scared of the Chargers. Maybe this Herbert guy walks in and he is Cam Newton. I don't know what comparison I could have for someone that's a fresh on the scene rookie that lights the whole thing up. Maybe Andrew Luck. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Herbert is the answer right away. I think he might be a long-term solution. But listen, Bills versus Chargers in the East Coast. They're starting the game at, 9 o'clock their time? 10 o'clock their time?
Yeah.
Give me the Bills in that game. They're arriving at the stadium 7 a.m. their time.
His NFL comparison is Carson Wentz. So hurt. basically. Injured.
Hey, he beat the Bills last year. That's all I care about, in terms of that. But that's also his,
Touche.
fourth season in the year.
Yeah.
He was not all that until, many starts under his belt.
For sure.
Second season, he lit it on fire, though. And then we get to the prime rib of the schedule.
Oh, this is so good.
Monday Night Football. Josh Allen returns home.
Farborough? Is that where he's from?
Yeah,
Something like
Fireball, but
I didn't want to seem stupid.
It's California.
To say Fireball.
Fireball. But yeah, I mean, he's going
Don't play it.
back to California. Listen, I'm gonna make a lot of random jokes about.
I'm gonna have so much editing to do.
No, this is good.
You're not even playing it. Oh, what is this?
It's Fireball, dumbass.
The acoustic version?
No, it's how it starts.
Ugh.
Listen, this is how it's gonna work. It's his first game in California.
That's true.
I know. It's his first game in front of his home fans, I guess, home state. I think Josh Allen puts on a show on Monday Night Football. There's going to be so many headlines to eat out of this one.
He has his best games on Primetime.
Oh, I'm aware.
Except for when he threw like 139 yards against the Steelers, but still scored a touchdown.
Won that game. I don't care. I'm not a big yards guy when it comes to Allen. I want to be able to win games when it comes to Allen.
Touche.
Speaking of the Steelers, the following week, in Week 14, the Bills go home. Long trip. Short week, so I'm glad they get the Sunday night little rest up there. Sunday night, Steelers. We're back to Renegade. We're whipping towels. Jake begged for this one.
Give me that rivalry.
Forcing a rivalry with a quarterback that has dead legs.
He's fat.
Yeah.
He's so fat. Caveman almost.
I said this earlier on Twitter. I hope the Steelers don't suck so the Bills don't lose a primetime game. That's my concern with this game. Because I don't think the Bills suck this year. I think the Bills will, at the very worst, be in contention for the division at all points.
1,000%.
And that's the very worst.
Yeah, all these other games don't even matter. I mean, who do you have? You have the Jets, who didn't.
You need to beat the Jets, Dolphins, and Patriots.
Yeah, I mean, which is weird. I think the Dolphins are kind of our biggest threat.
The Jets are more than what meets the eye just because their coach is terrible.
So they're just that kind of like wild card.
Absolutely.
You never know what you're going to get week to week.
Look at the first half of last week one.
That's true.
You got tale of two teams.
Touche.
But yeah, my big concern about the Steelers game, hope it doesn't get flexed out because that's how the Bills and Steelers got a primetime game last year.
Yeah,
I could totally see the Steelers being bad. However, I will give the credit to Mike Tomlin. He is a very good coach, and he always keeps the team in it. He kept him in it with some Duck guy that's terrible.
Duck Hodges.
Then we get to Denver. That's a hot spot for a away game. I know that for sure. It's a tough one for people because I know it's near Christmas. It's going to be a hard time to travel. 19th or the 20th. This is one of those games just like last year against the Patriots that it could be a Saturday night game. And I kind of think it might be a Saturday night game. I think the Bills will be closing in on division spot, if not already locked it in. And then I think that the Broncos might be fighting for a wild card spot here. I don't think I'm too far off on that one.
No.
So I think that's how it gets to the Saturday night spot. I might be the late game Saturday night.
The only thing that I could think it would be a lock to be flexed if they were both fighting for wild card spots. But with the position the Buffalo Bills are in this year, that might be a little difficult.
I think the only way this game isn't on Saturday is if the Broncos are terrible. But I still don't think they lose an opportunity to showcase Drew Lock versus Josh Allen.
True.
Just because those are two younger quarterbacks. I don't know what other games are up against this. Like I said, this came out 40 minutes ago at this point, 20 minutes before we started.
And we haven't been looking while we've been talking to you. So
no, we've been playing Fireball and Renegade and looking up Titans games.
Sorry, YouTube.
Yeah, whatever. They can take a bite out of my Patriots game. Is the game right after the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl of holidays, Christmas. No, but
I like Easter.
It's December 28th, day after my mother's birthday.
Thank you, Susie.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, this is a fun game Monday night.
Beautiful.
This game does not get flexed. The two Monday night games don't get flexed, which is very interesting because that's a safe bet for at least 3 primetime games.
Beautiful.
The other two are always going to be teetered up until, let's say the beginning of December. We will know what both of those games are. to 5 primetime games. I'm really honing in on that 5 spot.
That'd be crazy.
But yeah, I'm surprised they put the Bills versus Patriots in primetime. Unless they want this to be nothing but a changing of the guard.
Yeah.
That is the only thing.
I would
these
want
are
that.
These are knee-jerk reactions. No pre.
I would want that earlier in the season, though, if we're changing guards.
Yeah, but my thought behind this is this might be a last-ditch effort by the Patriots in their eyes of maybe stopping the Bills from winning the division, or maybe it could come down to those two teams winning the division, or
Yeah, that might be more likely.
or the Bills are just stepping on the throats of the Patriots on prime time
50-0.
in the snow.
That's true. Do you think, jumping into the last week, we got a for regular seasons, how they go, that's deep into January.
Yeah, January 3rd's deep game.
Do you think we will see Tua? Do you think he'll get hurt? Or do you think he'll ride out his rookie season?
I hate to think like this because I spent, 24 years thinking the Bills are not good. You know what I mean? But it's crazy. But I think that this is one of those games that's going to be just like the Jets game last year.
You just don't care.
By this point, it will be locked and loaded. We will know what we have by that game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We will know whether we're a playoff team or not, whether we won the division or not. The only thing that bothers me about this new playoff format is that only one team gets a first round bye. That bothers me.
Is it bad that what I care about the most is a home playoff game?
It might. If we don't get to go to games, it might be the worst that that's the thing you care about.
Yeah, you're right.
We're in a tough spot, man.
But I think we have, assuming we can go to games, I think our biggest advantage is having our home fans rather than having a week off. I feel like we would benefit more. What do you think about that?
I just want football to start at this point.
Me too, man.
I'm just happy we got this schedule up. We're going to talk about this for the next 8 weeks. There's nothing else to talk about.
Dude, if they don't have training camp, I'm going to be so upset.
One step at a time. We'll probably get it in the schedule a little bit more on Sunday for our podcast. We'll talk about it with Dave. We'll sit on it a little bit longer than 20 minutes before. We just wanted to get you content. You guys want to listen about it, I imagine, and then you guys can comment in the section. We'll just get the conversation rolling in the comment section with us. So,
yeah,
tell me what your favorite game. Tell me what your least favorite game is, and tell me what do you think the biggest roadblock of the season. What's the hard part of the season, Jake? What do you think the hard part of the season might be right here? Because I think I'm looking at it right here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be. I mean, we don't have a block of games that scares me. I mean, without really paying attention to where we're traveling.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, we're playing the Kansas City Chiefs, whether it's a home or away. That's going to be a tough game. San Francisco 49ers, fantastic defense. Jimmy G always seems to get it done. But I got to say the block of the primetime games, just because Josh Allen
could be 4 straight primetime games.
Yeah, Josh Allen is still a very young quarterback. I know last year he performed well in primetime, but it remains to be seen. And trust me, I'm crossing my fingers that we just don't know how he's going to continue to play on primetime. That's a big stage, especially with those ratings that we got last year on Thanksgiving. I would assume that we would have to parlay that into these primetime games in some capacity. So,
absolutely. I think the hardest stretch is Seattle, Arizona. Luckily, we get a bye week in there. Chargers, San Francisco, then the primetime games. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll talk to you again on Sunday. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. It's our knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah, don't get mad at us because we're winning every game 50-0.
That's not my predictions
That's
either.
mine.
But let's get the conversation going in the comment section. Let's hear what you guys have to say.
All right, guys.
If someone wants to apologize about something that maybe they said on a post we were...
Leave them alone.
All right.
Leave them alone.
Bye, guys. Have a nice night.
Bye.